Do you hear that dripping sound in the background? Listen closely. Well, that's not a leaky faucet. It's the sound of the slow drip of new evidence coming out about Crooked Hillary and the Clinton crime family and the Clinton Foundation. And every single day we're hearing more of it. Drip, 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 drip. Don't you hear it? Drip, drip. And that sound is the reason why patriots need to be demanding a special prosecutor to investigate the biggest pay-to-play scheme in the history of the United States, if indeed not the history of the world.
It's time for another blistering report from the front lines of the cultural war for a constitutional America. And now, here's your host, Charles Benninghoff.
We were told 2 months ago by the FBI and the Justice Department by Let 'em Loose Loretta Lynch that there was no evidence to prosecute Hillary Clinton and the Clinton crime family or the Clinton Foundation. Yet every single day, new evidence against her is published. Any good luck trying to keep up with the number of times Hillary Clinton says something to the public only to have reality contradict her? Nobody can have that much luck. Maybe she is delusional because of the traumatic head injury that left a blood clot in her brain, makes her do the gooseneck when she's talking, and requires three grown men to help her up the stairs, as well as a bouncy box just to get her corpulence into a car. But I suspect the trail of lies has more to do with Crooked Hillary's character. The FBI told us there's nothing to prosecute, but new evidence keeps popping up, proving them wrong. The Associated Press reviewed Crooked Hillary's daily schedule from when she was Secretary of State and found that, you won't believe this, found that more than half of her private meetings were held with donors to her Clinton Foundation, which obviously directly benefits the Clinton crime family. And these were not small fry donors. We're talking about heads of state like the King of Saudi Arabia and the CEOs of multinational corporations who were asking for the State Department to give them favors and shipments of weapons. Organizations and countries that received help from the State Department while Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State donated more than $150 million to the Clintons while Crooked Hillary was sitting on her throne. Clinton is trying to blow it off by saying there is smoke but no fire. Well, here's what Congressman Trey Gowdy of South Carolina had to say about smoke but no fire.
No, it's arson. It's pyromania. It's not smoke. Even listening to her talk about the Clinton Foundation, I couldn't help but go back and remember the press conference she gave on her emails, Martha, where every single thing she said proved to be false. That's the interesting thing about credibility and believability. You can't just keep it in one compartment. When you are a habitual serial liar in this facet of life, it tends to make people not believe you in other facets of life. So when she's talking about the Clinton Foundation, I go back and remember her saying there's no classified information. I only use one device. I did it for convenience, all of which were proven to be false.
Yeah. Well, one of the big questions here, she said she separated out the personal emails. But one thing we don't have a definitive answer to is whether or not she considered foundation business to be personal. So did she dump all of the foundation-related emails with the yoga and the wedding plans?
Well, Martha, you just put your finger on the, not the $1 million question, the $100 million question. I'm sure she's going to have a press conference later this afternoon or whenever she has the next one. I hope somebody in your line of work will ask her, did you consider foundation emails to be personal or work-related? I have yet to see a single foundation email produced by the State Department that was sent by her. Yeah. So if she considered them to be personal, then we move into the facet where she and her lawyers had those emails deleted.
That's why we need to call for a special prosecutor to investigate the Clinton Foundation, the Clinton crime family, and Hillary Clinton herself. Gowdy raises a great question. Where are the Clinton Foundation emails? Those emails had to have been deleted among the 30,000 that were professionally wiped from the Clintons' home server. But 15,000 new emails turned up nobody had known about. Clinton's scheduled meetings with donors turned up after the FBI said the investigation was wrapped up. The FBI moved on, but private citizens keep turning up new evidence by suing the State Department for information. WikiLeaks says that it has even more evidence and is going to release it soon. The evidence keeps piling up, and now Senator John Cornyn of Texas is calling for a special prosecutor from outside the Justice Department to be appointed to investigate the Clinton Foundation. And here's something I never thought I'd say. Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina is actually calling for a special prosecutor. Wow! The skies are broke and as rain is pouring down. You know the evidence must look pretty bad when both the Associated Press and Lindsey Graham say something negative about a Democrat. This means we're gaining momentum in our calls for real justice. Patriots need to speak out and demand that a special prosecutor be appointed and do so immediately. We're targeting the House Judiciary Committee for this campaign, but our system is set up so you can send personalized letters to every member of Congress if you wish. Congress needs to hear from a groundswell of support from patriotic Americans for this effort. That's how we make an impact, a groundswell. Senator Lindsey Graham did not call for a special prosecutor because he suddenly grew a conservative spine. He said that because enough of his constituents sent him letters and made phone calls and demanded that he call crooked Hillary to task and that she be prosecuted. If we can change his mind, we can get to anyone through our grassroots Christian activism. You can be a part of that too, so stay tuned for the next screen because that's where you'll get detailed instructions on how to get to our action page. This is Charles Benninghoff signing off and wishing you freedom, fulfillment, and God's many, many blessings.
Patriotic Americans need to keep the pressure on Congress until a special independent prosecutor is appointed to investigate the Clintons. If you're on our action page on our website, use the form to the right of the video screen to select a program. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, click the icon appearing now to go to our action page. Speak out today.